You're going to abandon us.
So we're live now. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the Passbolt community call for July. This one's going to be covering the RBAC feature demo, some things that came through in version 4.1, including the LDAP fixes. And then we're going to pass it on to Pierre, and he's going to talk about the Windows app. And from there, we'll talk about what's coming up next. And feel free to interject during any of that with any questions or anything. So I'm going to start off with some introductions. My name is Shelby. I am the content marketing manager for Passbolt. And I guess the question would be coffee or tea. And right now I'm drinking tea, but I'm definitely a coffee person. I'm nominating Debian.
Hello, I'm Vivian. I'm in charge of design and other stuff at Passbolt. And coffee or tea? That's a good question. Is beer an option?
I mean, it's a morning beverage thing, so juice can also be.
All right, let's say coffee then. And I nominate Pierre.
Yep. So my name is Pierre, like Vivian said. I'm a front-end developer and I'm responsible for the development of the desktop app for the moment. And I didn't drink tea. I just drink coffee and sometimes water. Max?
Yep. Hi everyone. So Max, doing a lot of stuff at Passbolt, pre-sales call, and doing also the support. So yeah, all the client-facing, user-facing type of role. I think you may see me on the community forum. So yeah, coffee, tea, no preferences to be honest. But yeah, if I have to choose one, let's say tea. And yeah, hi Ishan, since you joined, present yourself.
Hey guys, I am backend developer Passbolt. So I mainly handle Passbolt API, which is written in PHP. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Cool.
All right.
So I'll go next. I'm Remy. I'm a co-founder of Passbolt and also present on the forum from time to time. So happy to have you all here. And I'm a morning coffee person. Not so many because I get like, so a maximum of 2.
Yeah, you're forbidden more than 2.
Yeah.
It's forbidden for you.
Yeah.
2 liters or
2 buckets.
2 buckets. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So let's go with.
Yep.
Stefan didn't go.
Ah, Stefan.
Hey,
You guys just skipping.
I know it's coffee already.
Yes. So I'm a front-end developer at Passbolt. And yes, tea or coffee, I like both, but I'm definitely more into coffee, to be honest. So yeah.
Okay, and now we can start with the RBAC, the role-based access control, and Max is going to do the demo on that one.
Yeah. Just a sec. Setting up stuff. Also avoiding receiving notification. Yep. Yeah, you know the drill. All right.
How he does the demo.
So, all right. Airbag feature. So indeed, the airbag feature was rolled out in the 4.1. So this is the result of founders' work in the previous hackathon that we did at Passbolt. So the idea of this feature is to give the possibility for admins to restrict actions that users, for the time being, can do. Like in order to reduce type of actions that can be performed by users. Sorry. Later stage, we will add more granularity to that features to say, okay, maybe just one specific user can do a little bit more or a little bit less, and same for groups and so on. But yeah, as of right now, it's for the entire user role type. So in terms of different types of action that you can restrict or allow is the import export capability. So I will show another profile later on to show how it would look like. So basically, it's just hide or show, to be honest. If you remove the preview capability and the copy capability, that means that the only way to access a password will be through the autofill. So yeah, it's some users requested it, but yeah, keep in mind that from a security perspective, it's not because you do that user can't see the password. If they know a little bit what they are doing, like they know how to play with the browser console, they can still see the password. But yeah, let's say it can reduce access for a couple of them. Metadata. So if you want to restrict visibility on the activity section for the Pro, the Pro version, like in order to hide on a specific password who access this one, who share, unshare. So yeah, this can be hidden for users. Same for comment and so on. So yeah. Okay, let's show you quickly how it looks like. So here, Betty is just a simple user. So I, for instance, hide the user workspace, so the list of all the users and all the groups. So the menu item is completely hidden for her. Same for all the preview, the copy. So if I try to right click on it, it's not possible to see it. Activity section is hidden. So yeah. Basically, this is how the features looks like. As of right now, it is only for the web version, and this is not a restriction from the API perspective, but just from for the UI. Yeah, there will be like several iterations. We are planning to roll out different versions along the way. So yeah, and yeah, in a nutshell, that's it.
Nice.
Thanks, Max.
Yeah, thanks.
I think Pierre, you're up next.
Max, I had Max doing the LDAP information next,
Yeah.
but we can do either way if Pierre wants to talk about the Windows app.
Yeah, I can continue to talk. So the changes that we have done for the 4.1 in terms of LDAP. So as you know, in the we had the 4.0 that introduced some breaking change, especially for the Pro version, because we changed the library that we are using to make connections to Active Directory server. Now we are using LDAP record library, and yeah, of course, when you change libraries, some users noticed that there was some issues, such as we didn't put pagination, meaning that we were eating the default number of records that you can retrieve, which is most of the time 1,000. So all the LDAP trees that were having more than 1,000 entries were blocked. So they were having weird behavior. And also sometimes there was like some PHP memory limit that was popping up because like we were not even also reducing the list of fields that we query when we ask LDAP to send us users and groups. So yeah, this is the kind of changes amongst other stuff that we perform in order to ensure that you can import as many users as possible, regardless of the size of the LDAP tree, and yeah, also to avoid all the bugs that was there due to all the fields that were coming up from the LDAP. So yeah. Also in the version 4, we give the possibility to add LDAP filters. So yeah, now not only restrict, not only filtering with a parent group, you can also use LDAP filters. So yeah. Pierre, if you want to take the mic.
Yes, thanks, Max. So I will share my screen. It will be a small video because I have some issue with the computer and I'm moving to a new one, so it will be easier for the demo. So just a quick introduction that I will explain about what we have done so far since the version 1 of the desktop application. During the version 1, it was we have some password workspace functionalities. Not a lot. The idea was just to prove that we were able to display our architecture through the UWP architecture and the web views. Today, with the version 2, we are almost done for the password workspace. We are just missing the export, which one will come for the version 3. And the drag and drop events is not fully working in the UWP, so we will need to find a way to transfer a password to a folder. But for the user workspace, it is fully done. So actually, I will just display a small demo of what you can do with the actual developer version. So first, the easier one will be to create a password. And I think it's not strange, but today in the previous version, we were not able to generate, to see the phone password and so on. I'm just showing that it is possible today. Same for the passwords. I will be able just to demonstrate that I'm able to put some word separator behind the different words and to put a description. So we have creating the passwords, and now we will be able to decrypt it, to view it. It's not something new, but it's something just to prove that we did it. I will be able now to share my password with another one. Yeah, we have a small bug for the demo. I mean, not a small bug, but a visual effect, which one is not expected. Thanks, Windows, for it. And we will share this password with the user. And tada! So we retrieve the different user, and we will add a tag and prove that we can perform some operations, so read, create, and for sure navigate to the section of the different password which one has the same tag, and I will be able to delete the tag too. So I will put a comment. Okay, and then I will be able to delete this comment. We will have the list of the activities, so all the activities that we have done so far on this password. I will be able to navigate through the folder to delete one. And as I said, I will not be able to add password for the moment on these folders. I will create a new folder just to display that it is working again. And I can still navigate through the different subfolders and rename it. Perfect. So now I will navigate to the user interface. So we will create the user just for the demonstration. As I said, this workspace is fully done, so it means that you will be able. We will not start to copy everything, but we just display that you are able to resend the invitation, show that we can just copy one permalink, but not all the information that we want. That I can just delete a user during this operation. I will be able to create a group. Okay. Let's save the group too. So you will see that the group is there, and I will be able to add a user to this group. Just to show that it's inside. Sorry, I will be able to visualize the public key and to copy this public key, which one is quite important in this interface. And then I will be able, if I am an administrator, to manage the account recovery of a specific user. So let's do it. It is exactly the same than the web. We don't have customization so far. For the moment, on the V2, we don't have customization about the user interaction that you have if you compare with the web version. Yeah, it's an issue with the keyboard with the Mac and Windows at the same time. And normally, we should be able to perform the, GeoCan recovery. All right, and it's all for the desktop application V2. So what is coming now for the version 3? So actually, we managed to make the export working. So I will explain a bit the limitation that we have with the web view is that actually some JavaScript cannot be performed through the web view for security reasons. They disable the fact that you can download directly from the web view some file. And it was quite a big challenge because we decided to send the blob to the .NET just to download the file directly on the file system. So it was the solution that we found and which one is working for the moment. We had some discussion now about the logging process with Vivian and Stefan, which one are present there too. So we defined the user journey, but during this week, we defined through for some security reasons, some security aspect that we need to consider, like Bitwarden faced recently, the fact that you cannot store everything inside the credential locker, for example, because if you are an admin, it's quite complicated that you can just retrieve all the passwords from a user. So we are managing to find this security reason. We have some, proposition to take. We didn't took a proposition for this, but we are working on it, and it will be present during the version 3.
Okay. And with that, we're going to pass it back to Max to talk about what's to come in 4.2, and then we'll have some time to just chat it up and talk about other things. So.
All right. So I will use the tool that Vivian liked the most, aka Figma. So in the version 4.2, we will introduce 2 new policies. The first one, I think I talked about it already at the previous community call, but it would be a reminder. So we will have 2 new policies, and this is also the result of the hackathon that we did at Passbolt, by the way, that Pierre developed. So thank you, Pierre. Reminder also for you. So yeah, in order to set, for instance, the minimal entropy for user passphrase. So every time someone will create an account, or someone would like to change his passphrase, or also being enforced to update his passphrase in order to meet the requirement that the admin will set here. The admin will have the possibility to set up, change the scale here to precise a minimal entropy for the user passphrase. And of course, we will give the possibility to enable or disable the have been pawned service against that user passphrase. Why enable, disable? It's because some users run Passbolt inside an air gap environment, so not everyone wants to have like external connection to their server. And the other one will be for password generator. So yeah, the idea here is to also set the default entropy, default type of password or type of passphrase that will be generated by default when a user will create a password. So yeah, here you can of course change it, but it's the default behavior that your users will have once an admin will set an entropy or change, add or remove a mask. I have some background noise. I don't know who got the mic on. But yeah. So that's for the 4.2, and most likely that other part I'm not sure yet, but the guys are also working on enhancing a little bit the grid. So this is prep work on the grid. So changing the grid because we are working also on the password expiry. It's not part of the 4.2, but it will be like this summer, most likely. And also TOTP, because as you saw in the community forum, or if not, please have a look. We have TOTP that is there for mobile, and we are also working on having it on the desktop part. But yeah, since we are introducing new metadata, new fields for passwords, we need to have more real estate on the grid. So that's why we will have the possibility to show and hide some columns, to drag and drop them, to rearrange the order of which one come first or not. So yeah, this is. It sounds trivial, let's say, but there is a lot of calculation to do in order to don't mess up with the entire interface. So yeah, it's taking some time. So most likely 4.2 will contain the grid enhancement policy. Policy for the password, the default password generator, and policy for the minimal entropy for the user passphrase. Well, I'm open also to receive questions if you have some, guys.
If I can add something quickly, we showed I think we showed the password and passphrase policies last time. We just split them and enhanced them, obviously, into to make it easier to understand what's happening, because we were merging them. So now they are in separate places, and I hope it's going to be easier for people to get it. Hi, Bill.
Yep.
Hello. Hi, Bill.
And yeah, for the grid, it will be nice to have a new one. It's been ages.
I think. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Shabi.
I think one feature that we didn't mention that was in 4.1 is the color-coded passwords, which I found interesting because it's not a feature I've seen a lot. So is there any way we can talk about that a bit?
Yeah, it's to use the Inconsolata font in order to...
Not yet the font. Sorry.
Not yet the font?
It's
just the color? Okay.
Yeah, the font will come later.
Spoiler alert.
Oh. Damn. Okay. I zip.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, the idea is to put in Consolata to avoid confusion, like for instance with capital O and 0, with capital I and L. So yeah, this kind of stuff.
And the characters, so special characters will have a different color, and the numbers also.
All good, Bill.
All right.
Yeah, it's a nice feature.
Does anybody have any questions or anything they'd like to talk about? No, nobody answers.
Don't be shy.
I think we're good.
We already talked about RBAC earlier in the meeting. And like we said earlier, it's been released in 4.1. There will be a newsletter going out about it, as well as the whole month of July dedicated to some content surrounding it. So you'll have to keep a lookout for that as well.
Yeah, Fuba is doing nice videos also.
Yeah. We'll take any recommendations that anybody has, like how on topics of what they want to see surrounding RBAC.
Yeah, for the on-prem also, some changes that's going to come since the 30th of June. CentOS 7 is not in LTS anymore, so we will remove the support for CentOS 7. So either people will need to switch on Red Hat or Rocky Linux. Yeah, and yeah, we also let's say, recommend to use the Debian 12 instead of the 11, since the 12 starts to go LTS. I don't know the date from the top of my head, but yeah.
Soon.
No, it's done already. Yeah. So yeah. If you want any precision, other questions?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have one that just came up. So sorry. So for mobile, we said on the community forum that we introduce like a standalone TOTP. So the team is close to finish on mobile the possibility to link a TOTP to a password. So that's because that's the most common scenario that is happening when you are creating an account. You enter a password, and then after, most likely you want to secure it, so you create an MFA, and so it's not in the same time as you're creating the password. So that's why the most common scenario is to create the password, then create a TOTP, then link that TOTP to a password. So so yeah, it will be possible on mobile. Okay, let's say beginning of August, because there is a ton of tests to perform. There is a ton of scenarios that we need to apply, smoke test, regression test, and so on and so forth. So yeah, most likely beginning of August, it will be available. And as for the web version, yeah, more towards the end of August, but yeah, I don't want to say anything because otherwise the round of beers will be on me. So
Okay, but I noted.
Knew it.
Content-wise, this month we're also looking forward to some articles about backups, disaster recovery, and other things, working together with some developers. The content team is going to try and put out more things that are helpful for the Passbolt community.
Yeah.
So if you have any topic suggestions, we're happy to hear them in the community as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I volunteered Pierre for like a blog article on the security of the Windows app, because I think there's a lot of learnings that you can share with the community that is very interesting, like the scenarios that you thought about, and you know the choices that were made based on the other security flaws that you saw elsewhere. I think this would be like a very interesting article.
Absolutely. It was quite funny.
Because Pierre is also a good writer. You don't know it, but like maybe he has a blog, and he's quite active on his blog.
Yeah, quite interesting.
What is the name of your blog, Pierre? If you want to
Switch. It's switch-case.io. I will put it in the chat.
We're shamelessly plugging your blog for you.
Cross promotion.
Time for the promotion.
We're also quite delayed on the live, so we might give it a second until the live catches up to see if anybody watching has questions about that.
So just to echo what you were saying, Shelby, in regard of the disaster recovery. So on the support team, it is asked pretty often to have some material on what are the best practices on how to perform a disaster recovery with Passbolt and so on. So yeah, this will be, let's say, the high level approach, and like general scenarios that we will share, because obviously it depends a lot on the type of architecture that you have. You know, if you are on AWS, if you are on VMware or whatever. So there are plenty of options that are available to you. So yeah, obviously we can't list them all, but we can at least be specific on what are the general best practices in those scenarios. Also, it was requested a couple of times and from a time ago to have PostgreSQL that is fully compatible with the on-prem version. So not sure it's going to be part of 4.2, but definitely for this summer, the full compatibility to have it in the what we call the web installer will be possible. So yeah. For PostgreSQL DBA, it will be native soon with Passbolt.
Juan said it'll be in the web installer in 4.2. So a little bit more of a firm idea for the I'm not sure because the live is pretty delayed. So anybody can clarify what will be in the web installer for 4.2, I guess.
The ability to choose if it's MySQL or PostgreSQL.
Yeah.
And we will try to also add the dependency for PostgreSQL as part of the package, so that
the client, yeah.
So that at least the PHP driver is there, even if the database is not installed.
Yeah.
And after, we will need to adjust the installation script to propose also PostgreSQL as an option.
We should get a webcam just for Mackie. Okay. If there's nothing else, I'm going to pass it to Remy to check out and add anything else you might think of.
For the checkout, I didn't plan anything, but nice to see you all, and it's nice also that the video will be available for people, and we're gonna try to do this exercise a little bit more, like every month, and be a bit more open about what we have achieved during the months and what is coming up next. So yeah, looking forward to see you in August.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Ciao.
Bye.
See ya.
Have a great one. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay.